How are you
Hello.
doing? Doug's with me today. Oh, wait a minute. I've got my lanyard on.
Yeah, we don't need to be.
I don't need my Mickey lanyard on right now. How are you doing, everyone?
Is this my good side or is this my good side?
I don't know. Do I have a good side? I don't know.
I don't know.
Dances with Goofy.
Goofy.
And see,
Hey.
it's now Dances with Goofy Adventures. I like that.
Ah.
I like that a lot. That's really good.
Dances with Goofy.
How are you doing?
Everybody come up are so creative.
Oh, the names. Yeah, well, it's key. It's very important. How are you doing? We are having a good Friday. It's Friday.
Yeah, it is Friday.
And we're excited about it. Hey, Ben.
Hello, Benjamin.
So it is Friday, February 7th. Oops, sorry, that was meant for Joey's World Prom. That's right, Joey's World is live streaming right now at the moment. But thank you for coming over, Mike. I really appreciate it. Richard.
Hello, Mr.
darling.
Richard.
The Orlando guy. And Noah, thank you for being here. It is February 7th, 2020. It's time for the Daily Dose of Disney. Doug is joining me today, being that it's Friday. We usually commute together on Fridays. Doug has his Friday morning meeting.
I have all my businessy kind of stuff, and you'll know more about that later. If you want to know, you can find out what I also do.
Yeah.
But yeah, also, this is a very... He wanted me to talk from experience.
Yeah, especially for this one.
So this is...
But we'll get to that.
Yeah, we'll get
to that moment. So yeah, definitely.
I was sprung on that last minute.
But he doesn't mind talking about it, that's for sure.
No.
It's Trader Joe's shopping time. It is indeed, Richard, because we are preparing for the Taste of Valentine's Day. Monday on PTV Live at 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific. You don't want to miss it. We are going to be enjoying...
I would love to be live in Trader Joe's, but they'll kick our butt and kick us out.
Oh, I don't know. We can go live for a bit and walk down the aisle.
Yeah, but I don't
Be paying attention. We might be doing that this weekend. We might surprise people.
But don't they have like whiny music going so we couldn't play it?
It depends. Some Trader Joe's have some background music. If that's the case, then we'll just live stream from the outside of the store. But that's something that we can easily do. So anyway, it's February 7th. Let's go back, some...
Oh, Pam, I guess.
Some almost...
I feel so old.
Some almost 85 years or so, 84 years to be exact. On this day, a gentleman by the name of Oliver Wallace started working for Walt Disney Studios. At this time, you may not know that name, but it was actually interesting because we mentioned his music style on Monday night during PTV Live for the Disney Music Through the Decades. Oliver Wallace was a composer and conductor, and he started working for Disney. He did the scores for Dumbo, Cinderella, Alice in Wonderland, Peter Pan, Lady and the Tramp. I mean, you will know what his sound is. In fact, he worked with Frank Churchill, who also did a lot of music composition for Disney at that time. And he won an Oscar for his first work. The first big success they had was Dumbo in 1941. And he won an Oscar for that score. So
it was only as an Oscar. So when you get someone who you hire and they pretty much only do like Oliver Wallace.
Danny, great to see you.
There. They kind of have their look. It's kind of like photographers have their signature. Any designer, artist has their look. Musicians are no different. They just have that style.
Yeah.
He had his, and they had the style till...
I'll tell you, if I listen to a music score from John Williams, I pretty much know it's John Williams.
Oh, yeah. You just that is him.
Yeah, in the same way that I can recognize something from Mozart or something from Beethoven. It's a very distinct sound. But
Beethoven does Christmas music. Like in Charlie Brown.
Beethoven Christmas music.
Beethoven Christmas music.
Okay, hi Pam.
Hi.
So let's move forward a few years. In this case, it's 1940 on this day.
Almost 3 years after Snow White. Think about this.
A little over 2 years. Just a little over 2 years.
No, it was 37. And this is 40.
Yeah. But remember, it was December of 37.
Oh, it was Denver. So essentially...
So it was just a little over
2 years.
Just a little over 2 years that they took to make the movie Pinocchio. And it premiered this day at the Central Theater in New York City. At that time, Pinocchio cost $2.6 million to produce.
I don't know what that is.
And on its initial run, it only made $1 million.
But it was considered one of the most technologically advanced.
Many film historians consider this to be the most technically perfect film of Disney animated features. And it truly is a breathtaking piece of art.
I haven't seen that.
Pinocchio is every cell hand-painted, hand-drawn. It's stunningly beautiful. So next time you see it on Disney Plus, go check it out if you see it listed. Pinocchio.
And there's a lot of Pinocchios.
Premiered this day 80 years ago.
And there's a lot of Pinocchios running around still to this day.
Yeah. But let's go ahead and move forward over 50 years to 1992. Not much happened on this day, but we're coming up to something very significant because it affected Doug directly.
Oh, big time.
But on this day, Hollywood Pictures released a movie called Medicine Man starring Sean Connery. He's playing a doctor who has figured out a cure for cancer, but they've lost the formula, and now he's got to find out the formula for that serum. And then he's got some other biochemist with him getting in the way. The typical tension you see in films like this, a formulaic film. I've never seen Medicine Man, but it's Sean Connery, so Sean didn't do just any film. In this case, maybe I will check it out sometime. Medicine Man on this day in 1992 from Hollywood Pictures.
Yeah, we needed something from 1940 all the way up to what we were just going to be now talking about.
Yeah.
So we picked 92. We needed something. And he is a big... And it actually was... I don't know what the Rotten Tomato was or how popular, how much that movie made.
Now,
but it was big.
I saw some research online about this particular item. But the thing is that Doug knows the truth about this item from personal experience. On this day in 2001, it is the day before California Adventure is going to open at the Disneyland Resort. And from stuff that I saw online, they were saying that Disneyland discouraged camping overnight, that people started lining up at 5 p.m., stuff like that. Doug, what really happened?
Okay, well, 19 years ago, I know I arrived at the parking structure at Disneyland about 3:30, 4 o'clock. I had lunch at Tomorrowland Terrace. I know that vividly. I had lunch at Tomorrowland Terrace. I had a burger. Then I walked back out, and they were lining us in the Esplanade, and they said, okay, we're going to take you to the parking structure. And we lined up underneath the Chippendale parking structure in lines. But once the park closed, they moved us out of the parking structure, and we actually stayed the night inside Disneyland on Main Street. So it was all organized. I did it there. And then they took the first 60 people. I was number 43. And I was part of the opening day ceremonies for California Adventures. That park is dear to my heart. I was actually there for the opening.
When you say you stayed in Disneyland on Main Street, where did you stay?
I stayed on right where the castle is from where Tomorrowland is. So around the hub, it goes around the hub, and then it kind of goes over the driveway brick, and then it kind of goes along the castle to where the Matterhorn is. I was on the bricks right there by the castle and Tomorrowland.
And were cast members watching you that night?
Yeah, they were kind of babysitting at first because they kind of had us all corralled to not go anywhere. But then everybody disappeared around 12, 1, 2 o'clock. So that's when we all started walking around the park when we shouldn't have. So we did walk around certain areas, but we didn't make a scene out of it because we didn't want to get yelled at.
Now, when you walked around, where did you go?
I went inside New Orleans Square, Fantasyland, and Tomorrowland. That's where we mostly hung out. So I literally walked all around the park.
So you actually wandered around the park?
The whole park.
And pretty much almost unsupervised.
Yeah. And then we were tired of sitting on the ground, so there's the benches there on the hub. I befriended a gal. Her name is Donna Burke. And we just started to be really good friends. And we found a bench just kind of where we were supposed to be, right there in the hub. And we tried to get some sleep. Nobody really slept. Of course, I can't sleep like that anyway.
Now, was it a warm evening?
It was actually cool. It wasn't freezing, but it was definitely not warm. You had to have a jacket, but it wasn't there was no rain. It wasn't freezing.
Okay, and then what time did they finally say, okay, it's time to line up to get ready for the opening?
Between 6 and 7 in the morning. And then once we were corralled, they kind of slowly moved us to one place, wait in the Main Street, and they wanted to get us out of the park before the park opened. So we had to go into the ceremony area, and the ceremony was done in the center area between Disneyland and California Adventure.
That area that's 300 feet from gate to gate, they call it the Esplanade.
And we figured it's basically the length of a football field from touchdown to touchdowns, or field goal to field goal. So,
okay, so all that happened on this day in 2001, and then tomorrow we're going to talk about the opening ceremony and what the park was like that day.
oh my gosh!
So we'll talk about that tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow's a very big day anyway. We have a lot of stuff going on, but I would love to share it. If you love to know firsthand experience of opening of California Adventure, please Instagram me or whatever you need to do. But it was one of the most amazing things that I've ever
And your
done.
Instagram is what? Doug.ptv?
Yeah. So, but it's a fun thing to be at an opening of a Disney theme park, and got to stay the night inside. And they've never done that inside Disneyland, where they've opened it and you can like sleep like a homeless person.
Look at that. Richard says that he has a brick in the southeast quadrant of the compass in the Esplanade.
We have 2 bricks.
Yeah, yeah. I have.
We'll talk about that.
I'm on 3 bricks.
You're on 3. I'm only on the 2.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, we're in the northeast quadrant for one of my bricks.
The one you and I have are on pretty much dead center.
And then
of the north.
also my family has one there. And then
we're just directly north.
And then there's another one. We're almost right at the front of the park.
Right.
We're north, almost right in the center for another one.
So we were there at the Esplanade at Disneyland. And then in 2000, this is just really quick, March of 2000, I am actually at the Leave a Legacy at Epcot. I have a little stainless steel little picture with my mom. And so I have that at Epcot. So I had to have both continents balanced. So I did do Leave a Legacy. I have my picture.
If you lay out the map of the USA over a compass, my brick is around Orlando.
Of course.
That's good. That's good to know, Richard. You know what, Richard? Do us a favor. If you can, find out what the actual coordinates are for your brick, like C45 or whatever it is. Let us know, and we'll see if we can't find it.
Yeah, we won't plaster for everybody to see all your information, but we're more than happy to share.
Yeah, my family had one of the bricks at Disney, but unfortunately those were torn up now. Oh, the ones at Disney World.
Yeah, they did, and they even said don't think that these are going to last forever, but I think that's the last thing Disneyland will worry about is putting something in the Esplanade. They're cramming so much in the park, so... But if they go, they go. And I'm glad they're not getting rid of the Leave the Legacy.
Hello, Jim.
Mr. Sunshine.
Jim, good to have you here. Yeah, so the Leave a Legacy bricks, or the...
monoliths.
What did they call them at Disneyland? Was it Leave a Legacy?
Leave a Legacy marble monoliths with the stainless steel.
No. At Disneyland.
Disneyland.
Yeah, what did they call those bricks? I forget. Was it
not magical milestones, but no.
It was something like that. They had some name for them, but
no. Leave a Legacy was at Epcot for the Millennium Celebration.
But they promised us that those bricks would be in place for 10 years, and already one of them that we have has been there nearly 20 years. So
yeah, whatever.
They've already fulfilled their obligations for that. So anything that happens to the bricks now, it's whatever.
Yeah, but at least I know at Epcot they're not getting rid of those. They're going to keep those up for I think for perpetuity. They're just kind of spread outside.
It seems that way. Okay, so one last bit of news that we have here from history, and then I want to talk a little bit about news too. February 7th. 2008. Have a brick, leave a brick. Need a brick, take a brick.
What is that from? I'm really clueless today.
Need a penny, take a penny.
Oh, okay.
Walt Disney Parks and Resorts announced on this day the creation of the American Idol attraction that they were gonna put in at Hollywood Studios, and it was supposed to debut later that year. And oh, she's my brick.
Oh, good grief.
But they did it, and guests that were visiting the park would have the challenge of finding out what it's like to audition or to judge the people, the whole live interaction. Apparently it was a lot of fun, but it's interesting because at that time Disney did not own the rights to air American Idol. It was on Fox at that time, and ironically now that that particular attraction is gone, Disney now owns the rights to American Idol.
And they've resurrected after it went away for what, 2 or 3 years?
But about a season or two.
I think it's run its course, but that's just me. I mean,
So I also want to mention something that was in the news yesterday at about 6 p.m. A fire broke out at Disneyland. If you look, you can actually see some videos of flames kind of obscured. The ironic thing is that the pictures and video that you can see right behind the fire department of Disneyland. So it's kind of ironic, but at the same time, they were able to knock down that fire. It was in a backstage area that has a lot of vegetation and the boat dock for the Jungle Cruise is there. There's also some fuel there. So, there were concerns there about possible exposure to the fuel, but I guess the flames never got that close to it. No one was hurt, thankfully.
okay.
And they never did evacuate the whole park. The park stayed open. They just closed Main Street and Adventureland for some time because of power outages. And just to keep guests as safe as possible. So that's all I know about that particular
Are they
fire.
still no news exactly?
I haven't seen anything new
Okay.
about the fire, but I'll do a little bit more research and see if I don't see anything. And then if I do find something else about it, I'll discuss it tomorrow during the Daily Dose. We're going to do it tomorrow afternoon, hopefully, again, at 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Pacific. Mm-hmm. I'd like to thank the moderators here in the room. Thank you so much for everything you do for us. And then also our support channels, D&G Explorers, who happen to be on a cruise right now.
I just seen them starting to post up a few of their pictures. They were just showing that they were at Castaway Cay, but it was cut short because it rained. Well, come on, it's winter in Northern Hemisphere, so you risk it. Yes.
Yeah, the original reports were saying Jolly Holiday was on fire, but we did find out some more information about that, Mike. Thank you so much.
So,
So D&G, more sunshine, please. Another one of our support channels, along with the
He's good people.
along with the Orlando guy. Also,
He's good people.
Also good people. Rob Fuzz, who just went live with Frankie Friday. He is celebrating his second anniversary of Frankie Friday. He was showing
that's
some
his
video.
nephew, right?
He was showing some video of them coloring with crayons, stuff like that. And then also Two Real Geeks, another one of our support channels. Awesome. Thank you for bringing us Disney History Daily. Jeff, thank you so much.
yeah, I'm glad you guys are going to share my little opening of DCA 1.0.
Richard wants us to live stream from In-N-Out tonight. I don't think that's going to happen.
We don't know what we're going to have for dinner tonight because our scheduling was completely off and just planning it. So I don't know what we're going to have. I don't know if it's going to be burgers.
I don't know if it's going to be In-N-Out because we actually had In-N-Out earlier this week.
Yeah, because we had other things.
We had something else going on at that time. We had our eyes checked. So
yeah, I couldn't cook. I couldn't see. My eyes were starting to crust over.
a double animal style with animal style fries. You know what? That does something. Ben is planning on In-N-Out for me. Oh,
okay.
Good for you, Ben.
Yeah, ours was after the eye doctor on Tuesday, so I don't.
Grace, yeah, In-N-Out definitely a plus. We love In-N-Out. So also tonight on the Disney YouTube network, we've got Spillin' the Disney Tea. I believe that's going to be on the Mickey Bunch tonight, so don't miss that. And then that's going to be at 8 p.m. Eastern. And then at 11 p.m., Dole Whip Dad is live with his Disney Pins Live. That's a really late show on Friday nights. I mean, even late for us. That's 9 p.m., usually about 9 p.m. on Friday night. I'm starting to get a little blurry-eyed, and I start to fall asleep early on Friday because I wake up so early on
my Fridays
during the work week.
Yeah, Fridays for me is one of my early super mornings. I can't sleep in.
Yeah, Doug needs 12 hours of sleep.
Yeah, I just can't do it.
Yeah. So
I need copious amount of sleep.
Sometimes it's a struggle for him to wake up in the morning.
Yeah,
But everyone, thank you so much for being with us today. I really appreciate it.
Honestly, to be
look
honest,
at that. Noah had McDonald's for dinner.
Honestly, that's what we needed, something quick for lunch. We went to Mac's Steakhouse. This is McDonald's.
Yeah. So Ben dropped a video. Speaking of McDonald's, Ben dropped a video yesterday of burgers. He did a comparison between McDonald's, Burger King, and Wendy's. So go check that out if you have not yet done so. And leave a comment. Let us know of what you think about the video, as well as which burger you would choose from what Ben chose. Because he had a Wendy's single, a McDouble from McDonald's, And from Burger King, he had the Whopper Jr.
Oh, well, I went to Tomorrowland Terrace and had a cheeseburger. So 19 years ago today.
Richard.
So I had Mac's Steakhouse.
Richard, one of our wonderful support channels. Yeah, hashtag pickle juice.
We had pickles last night for dinner.
Richard, one of our wonderful support channels, actually just mentioned something about lower third goodness. So on the bottom portion of the screen, that's referred to as the lower third. And Richard has put together a nice little animation piece that we're going to be
very
using.
generous and also very creative, which I'm going to be reaching out to. So Richard, just give you a heads up that I'm going to reach out to you because I want to talk. But we will do that.
Yeah,
but
we'll talk about that a little later.
Yeah, we don't need to bore all you peoples out there. But thank you for watching and listening to us and being so supportive and loving. We do care about all of you.
We really do. Thank you so much for joining us today for the Daily Dose of Disney. We'll be back again tomorrow with another edition. We're going to do our best to keep it at 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Pacific. I'm hoping that timing works out. It all depends on lunch tomorrow. So,
oh, yes.
We get to meet Sweetie tomorrow.
We get to see the bebe.
The little great niece. We get to meet her tomorrow. So Sweetie's going to be in our arsenal of things that we need to do tomorrow.
The bebe is going to be
Okay, dances with Goofy made lasagna. That sounds good.
That's Garfield food. That sounds good. See, there's two of us, and having the lasagna, you have lifetime supply of it.
Had to go load the drawer. Yeah.
Okay.
Mike just keeps thinking about the no wire hangers things from Mommy Dearest. He's thinking no more pickles.
I like pickles, but poo-poo on you.
Okay, everyone.
Work lunch is equal. Yes, that's actually true.
I need to get back to my desk. So I've got some work that I need to do. I'm working on an analysis of some data. So I promised my boss that I would get that to him as soon as possible. Looks like I'll probably have it done on Monday. So I'll get a good jump on it right now. But in the meantime, everyone, thank you so much for joining us for this edition of the Daily Dose of Disney. And we'll be back tomorrow with another edition of PTV3D. So in the meantime, everyone, have a magical evening and have a great, big, beautiful tomorrow. See you tomorrow.
Ciao.